Okay, I bought myself a new camera and a new microphone, so I thought, well, what do I do now? So I thought I'd start a little video about a project out in the yard that I did like 2 years ago, and that turned out pretty good. And it would be a sprinkler system where I use rainwater that I collect. So And this will be just a video where I talk about it. I don't have any pictures or anything right now. But anyway, might be interesting information for you. So, well, I started out by just collecting rainwater. I'm living in central Florida, and we have like a dry and a rainy season, and so during the dry part of the year, it hardly rains. So then you would have to always use city water, and you are restricted to do this. Only you can do that only like twice a week, and So I thought, well, at least I can make it easier by collecting rainwater. So I bought these tanks that are like 250-gallon IBC tanks. They're like white. You can find them on Facebook. They cost used. They cost about $80 to $100. Often they have some stuff in them. You gotta make sure that you don't buy one that had like gasoline in it or chemicals. That would be not good for your lawn and for the environment, I guess. Unless you can clean them, but that probably would be expensive. So what I got is one that had like canola oil in it or something like that, and another one that had like coffee in it, a certain flavor for coffee. And yeah, so I found how I can clean them out, and after I cleaned them out, I learned that you have to cover them with something black so that no light can penetrate it, and because then you would get algae growth in them, and that would be not good, of course, obviously. So what I found next is, after using them for a while, that in the summer, particularly, it gets very hot here, and so the water in the tank is getting very hot. And so I thought, what can I do? So what I did is I dug a hole and I buried the tank about halfway, and that helped tremendously with the temperature, and it looks better too. So I positioned them right under the gutters, under the downspouts, and I installed PVC pipes that you would use for like plumbing. I used like 3-inch pipes, and I also created a first run, that's what they call it, where the water from the gutter drops down, and the down it's like a downspout, but it goes to the bottom, and it has an end cap on the bottom. So and in the middle there's a short piece where there's a smaller pipe. So let's say I have like 3-inch coming down, and in the middle there's like 1 foot where there's only a 1-inch piece of pipe in there. So it gets 3-inch, 1-inch, and then back to 3-inch. And the reason for that is, what you do is you get an empty bottle with a cap on it, of course, so that it floats. So when the water comes down the gutter into the downspout, the dirt from the water goes into the first run. I guess that's why they call it first run, because the first water goes into there. And so that the dirt ends up in this one-way downspout first run pipe, and it's contained because there's an end cap on it. And then once it fills up, the bottle floats towards the top, and it hits the part where it's narrow, a bottleneck basically, and it presses against the smaller part, and it closes it so that the water would stop and go up, so it like diverts it. And above the smaller part there is a T that would then lead into the tank. So you have this downspout, which is like 3" with a 1" piece in the middle, and above the 1" piece there's a T, so that when the water fills up, it runs from the T into the tank. Yeah, so that works pretty good. And then, occasionally you open the end cap down at the bottom and you clean it out. So that's what I did to collect the water. And then I used that water with a pump, you like a 1,000 gallon per hour pump, and you can water your lawn just with a hose or whatever you want to do with the water. You can wash your car or camper. So anyway, and then I thought, well, since I'm kind of lazy, I thought, I tried to find a sprinkler system that I can use with this rainwater. Obviously the issue there is you don't have any pressure on it, right? So then I thought, I googled and researched that problem, and I found that I could use an RV water pump, pressure pump, to generate pressure. The issue there is that you can create the pressure that would be equivalent or pretty much the same as for a house. Like, it's lower, but it would be comparable. Like, you can go to like I think 30 psi or so. Anyway, then you have the 30 psi pressured water, but you don't have the throughput on water the same as in a house. So the more pressure you have, the lower the throughput is. You can never keep up with what a house would deliver. So city water would deliver. So then the next problem was, how do I sprinkle that water, if I don't have enough throughput, because it just would like spit out of the sprinkler head. So after a lot of research, I found a sprinkler head that would work with I think it was 2 gallon per hour, 2 gallon per hour pressure, and it's called max flow. There are others that are just the regular rotary sprinklers, but there's one that you can use for that purpose, and that works. So what I did then is I used a car battery to use with the Z-Flow RV water pump, and then I used just irrigation pipe, because because I had this pipe already. I wanted to do irrigation from the rainwater tanks, so I thought, well, I use that for the sprinkler system. Obviously, the bigger the pipe, the better it will be, but that worked for me. So I used the 1/2" drainage pipe. It's like black, not drainage, irrigation pipe. You can buy it on Amazon, a big roll for not very much. And then yeah, so then I trenched it and buried it in the yard, and I positioned my sprinkler heads in each corner, so I have 3 of them. Then the next step would have been to automate it, the whole thing, but I didn't get around to that yet. So you would have to buy like a timer, like from what is it called, Orbit. But the issue I had was that they don't work with like half-inch pipes, and then I would have to use some adapters and so. But I didn't get to that part yet. But the sprinkler system works, and so what I did is what I planned to do that worked at the end. It was like we had 3 sprinkler heads and the pipes, and you have some adapters. You connect it all together, and then I have the car battery with 12 volt, because the RV water pump, obviously it's from an RV, is 12 volt. That's why I had the car battery. Then you could automate it. You could have like a solar, and you could have this timer system, or you could have something that runs over Wi-Fi, and you sit at your TV and turn the sprinkler on. You could do that too. So I might put a description for the parts into yeah, a link to the parts in the description for that video. So now this video, as I said, was more a test for my new camera and audio. You can let me know whether that worked or not. And from now on I will have regularly videos about projects, or how to do things, or tips and tricks for certain things. So that's my plan with this channel. I have other channels, and I might put the link to the other channels into the description. So thanks for watching, and I wish you a nice day. I hope you might subscribe and hit the notification bell, and watch my future videos. Thank you very much. Bye.